Hey there, AI explorers! Welcome back to EZAIstudio. If you're new here, I'm Mr. P, one of the amazing voices at 11 Labs, the best text-to-speech engine available, and your friendly neighborhood guide to all things AI. The image that is currently displayed is one we did to advertise an AI class at the local library. It has the prompt that was used to create it. All of our tutorials start this way so you can see how they are created. Today we're diving into the magical world of Lexica.ai, another wonderful generative imaging tool. This tutorial is provided by the folks at Autopilot Passive Income. The video is divided into part 1 and part 2. So grab your favorite snack, sit back, and let's get those creative juices flowing. By the end of these 2 videos, you'll be turning your wildest ideas into stunning AI art. And who knows, maybe even impressing that one friend who thinks they're the next Picasso. Let's get started. Don't forget to watch part 2.
Hey everyone, welcome to a new video. In today's video, we're going to be doing a review and tutorial of Lexica.ai or Lexica.art. As you guys know, I've been playing around, testing different cool softwares and AI tools, and this is just one of them that comes up on the list that I'm personally curious about, and I figured anything that I really discover or look into, I'll share with you guys so that you guys can decide if you're going to end up using it or not. So first thing let's jump into is just the usage tutorial, how to use this software, how to use the user interface, how to interact with it. So after you create an account on Lexica, you're going to have this homepage, and this homepage is kind of intuitive. You can search for an image. So for example, I can search for an apple, right, and hit search, and it could produce some results of previously created apples. Interesting, because it's almost like a news feed, very similar to other applications that are out there. If you guys are familiar, I use Leonardo AI. Even Midjourney has its own kind of feed where it shows the different images that are added. And we could see here different images that have been produced through Lexica. Cool thing is you can take some of these prompts, use them as inspiration, involve them in your own images. Even if you're using a different application, guys, like if you're using Leonardo, Midjourney, whatever, you can take some of these prompts, right, copy them, and kind of utilize it. So you see this whole news feed, right? Not news feed, but a feed of images. You have the search function, you have the generate function. So essentially a prompt, you can generate an apple via it. This will show the amount of images per row. So if you want less images per row, there you go. If you want more images per row, there you go as well. So this little scroll bar kind of helps you interact with that. And clearly you get to see more at a time. What you can also do is you can hit this little upload an image for reverse image search. So you can search if an image has been produced here or something similar to it. So I can click on it. I'm not going to because I don't need to look up an image, but in this case it has that function, which by the way, I haven't seen any AI tools currently have this function, so pretty interesting. Here is this button where you can choose the model of the creation. So if you see here, we have Lexica Aperture version 4, Lexica Aperture version 3.5, version 2, and version Stable Diffusion 1.5. So we can test different kinds. So if I click version 4, it will search all the different creations with version 4, which is that many, okay? If I click on version 2, it will have, a large amount, right? If I click on Stable Diffusion 1.5, okay, boom, there we go. We have even more images. And some of you might be noticing right off the bat, why is Stable Diffusion 1.5 look worse than, for example, Lexica Aperture 3.5? The reason why is because this is a model that has been trained. And in the world of AI image generation, you have all these different kinds of models, and you train the model. And when you train the model, right, based on certain styles you like or certain characteristics, you can create a tool, right, that can produce certain output based on what you like. In this case, Lexica is the actual software that does the training, and it provides it with millions, if not tens of millions, of images as data points for things that the AI can take into consideration when creating images. So if you're using a Stable Diffusion version 1.5, it's not going to be nearly as advanced as a model that has specific training, so it can produce success in a certain way, okay? Or in this case, more desired art, all right? So you can join via Discord. I personally am not going to, but you get the point. Here we have this generate button, and as you can see, I've already gotten busy on that and tested it, and I figured why not just let me go ahead and make a video as opposed to it. Here we have the history. So this is just the history of all the various images I created. You can think of this as your own feed or a camera roll, as they say. Here's the like section. I haven't liked any images currently, but they would show up here. So for example, if let's just say I like this image, I can go over here, hit this little heart icon, and that is now a liked image. You can think of this as like a favorite section where you can always go back to these images, right? So if you just happen to be scrolling through one day, you find something that catches your attention, but maybe you're busy, you don't have the time to go work on it right now, you just simply click on the image, you hit the like button, and it will be saved there for the future in this favorites or likes category. And then of course you have this account section where if you decide to pay for the software, you can go ahead and use it. Here you have the starter plan, the pro plan, the max plan. If you're going to pay yearly, that looks at $8 a month, so 8 times 12. Or if you're going to pay monthly, it's about $10 a month. I personally don't have any of these plans, so I'm not going to act like I have them. I don't. This is not the software that I normally use. As you guys can see, I only have 2 prompts created, but let's go ahead and in this video create more. Real quick, I do want to point out that when you just click on an image, it could be even this one, for example. This one is a little better. You have some functions here, okay? So this is the prompt, right? You have the full prompt. You can copy the prompt or you can copy the URL. The URL is the URL image. Okay, and you can see here there are different creations of the image. You also have this button, which I can go ahead and click on this, and this is the prompt. I can click open in editor. It kind of adds more function, right? So it's almost like a page just for this. And then I can click open in editor, or I can click explore this style. If I click explore this style, real quick, I kind of want to show you. This is using internally the image reverse search. So remember when I told you guys about the reverse image search feature? This is kind of similar. So it will show all the different similar images based on that image, okay? So here you have a hedgehog, I was going to say porcupine, but a hedgehog with a pineapple, or what seems to be a pineapple, which is actually a really good image, by the way. I think it's, looks nice. Then you have images like this, and so on. So all of these are pretty much similar. Now, back to what I was saying here, you have the open in editor. So what is the editor? The editor is the place where you can create the prompt, right, and edit the actual prompt and have a creation. So for example, it says a cute, happy hedgehog taking a bite from a piece of a watermelon, eyes closed, cute ink sketch style illustration. I can add over here magic pastel colors. So that's something I'm changing. I'm editing to the production, right? And then I could go over here and hit generate. And that's assuming the only thing I want to change. Now, you don't have to add this little dash here. You can add whatever text you want if you want to add something. I mean, you might not want to, but you can change pretty much anything, and it will do it for you, and it will create some productions here for you. And you can see here, with this, you can do a few different things, 4 different productions created. You can hit generate variations. So if you want variations based on that specific image, you can download the image, of course. You can delete the image. You can favorite the image, right, or like it. And then you can hit this search button. So you're searching for, once again, images that are similar to the image produced. That's kind of a very useful tool. Once again, I haven't seen any other tools do this, but it's kind of a useful tool to have this feature because if you need some more inspiration, if you're looking for that small change to the image that you might not have experienced previously, and you're looking for other opportunities of images to be able to create that for you, it can be very useful, especially in our field of print on demand. Sometimes we might hit like a wall when we're trying to think of certain ideas. So for example, if I look at this image and I say, I like this image, I think I can pay attention to it later. I'll hit save. I could even click open in editor, and I could, let's say, generate a version of this. And then once this is generated, I can search different alternatives to it if I'm looking for something different, or just simply if I want to use it. I have so many options. The options are all there. But let's say I like, this image. I'll just go ahead, click over here, this little explore the style button, and then of course you have the different styles. So, there's a lot of different options with this